Hello, welcome back. So today I'm going to just do a very quick collective message drawing from my oracle cards here for you today. So let's get started. I've not done this before, so have to bear with me with regards to the space and everything like that. So let's go ahead and shuffle some cards. Okay, we'll stick with those. Dear Spirit, I ask that you come through with a nice, clear, connected message for the collective. Thank you. Life purpose, enduring virtue, excuse the shuffling, is the only way I learned how to as a child growing up, and it's just what I've stuck with throughout the years. So these are messages, and this is the untethered soul. Quite a few, can't go with those. Okay, we'll go with that one. Oh, he's bent. I just noticed one of my cards bent. Okay, we've got another message card with messages on. Okay. And we've got one more, which is just little chakra wisdom cards. Okay, two there. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so the first card we have is guilt. We know guilt is linked into our sacral, our second chakra, below the belly button. I need to put the light on. That's better. Okay, so coming back to the guilt. So in the card we've got someone ironing with a shackle to their wrist. So someone may be potentially guilty or feeling guilty. This is linked to the child, inner child, for, do you know what I'm getting? It's the kind of like Cinderella vibes, like spent loads of time maybe doing chores, not enjoying childhood, or not enjoying childhood, but not enjoying it in the way that they would like to, and felt bound by chores. But also with this of seeing, like, getting praised for it, because there's a halo around the crown of the lady who's doing the ironing. So it's like self gratification. And then there's another lady in the background in the dark, sleeping at a table. So with this, I'm also getting kind of like what's hidden in the dark will come to light, or someone's feeling guilty that they would have done. It's like people pleasing vibe coming through, like doing more for someone, not realizing how limiting it could be. With the shackle here is like almost like not sabotaging, but not allowing yourself by doing more for someone else, but out of guilt and for that self-gratification and that praise is what I'm getting with this card. So I'll just show that to you. And next we've got victim. We've got a squirrel here with an acorn with a dragon and another big acorn. So I don't know, I feel like it's either or. Someone who's carrying a lot of guilt or people-pleasing tendencies, but also falling into a victim mentality. Or someone who feels victimized by power or authority. So I'm getting with the dragon. But it's interesting because it's like the squirrel and the dragon's working together. But having said that, it's just an illusion. It's not real. It's not 100% real. It's a mental state or a mental trap of victim mentality. Victim mentality, there we go. What does the acorn represent? I'm going to have to look that up after, the acorn in the symbolism. So you've got feeling guilty, victim mentality, which ties into the guilt. Could you feel like a victim but also guilty, or guilty for feeling like the victim? That's what I didn't show you the card. That's what we have with that one. And then we've got prayer. This is an interesting one. This is about now taking back your power, solar plexus. And then we have a glass of lemonade with lemons, and it's that, what's that saying? About creating lemonade, and life gives you lemons, you create lemonade. So it's creating the best current situation you can. And then with this is also depicting three different paths. So creating a situation, or the best situation you can in this current moment, can then open up new avenues or new paths for you to take. Whichever one you're going to take, it doesn't matter. I feel like you're going to get to the same destination. It just looks like one here is going to be more businessy type, corporate, whereas one's going to be more free, more freeing. Not to say the other one's not, it's just different trajectories. They're going to be different, I don't want to say obstacles, but different paths that you take. Yeah. And even in the second one, you've got a signpost. And then in the third one, it looks just like, actually, that might not be, it looks like just the window with a bit of grass. So it's making the best out of a crappy situation, helping to create or generate a new path, or a couple of options for you to go down, to take. Whichever one you take is going to lead you to the same destination. They're just going to be, I feel, completely different, so complete like opposites. It may be corporate, busy, etc., etc. A bit more quiet, nature, natural, a bit more open and freeing is what I'm getting with this card here. Okay. And then this last card is, we've got gratitude. So the attitude of gratitude, what can that do for you when you express gratitude? How often are you expressing gratitude? By being grateful in every moment, we can keep ushering in and pulling in more experiences to be grateful for. You know, this is seeing, this is psyche, the third eye. Seeing what's around you, seeing to be grateful for. There's a lot to be grateful for in every moment. It's just, are we able to see that? Are we always looking for the bigger things to be grateful for, or can we be, grateful for the little small things? That's what I've got with that one there. So I'll just show you the card. Okay, unconditional joy. So I'll just read the message that's on here. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me appreciate everything that makes me happy right now. So that's, choosing to be happy. Happiness is a choice, and you can choose to be happy in the moment rather than I'll be happy when, or a destination or a thing, a material thing. In the picture is an archangel with some dogs, and dogs are very known to be, they're loyal, but they're very good for unconditional love. Dogs will always seem to show you love. You know, you go out of the house for 5 minutes, you come in, they're super excited to see you. So maybe being around animals at this time can help. And that could just be out in nature. It could be you have a dog, or you're wanting to get a dog, or contemplating it, or even maybe visiting visit a dog shelter, but I don't know if that's, maybe not, maybe not with that one. But just remember, by all means, just take what resonates and leave the rest. You are fully responsible for your actions and anything you do. Following this video, I cannot be responsible for you. This is more just entertainment purposes. Just bringing a message through for you today. So yeah, some unconditional love. Okay, the next card is do more research. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for clearly and gently leading me to the information that I need to know for my well-being. Please give me the courage to be assertive as I take charge of my healthcare needs. So yeah, this is do more research. Whatever it is you're thinking about doing, or something you're doing or wanting to do, just take a bit more, I guess is what's coming through to me, is just to take a bit more time to research into whatever that is, different options. Maybe if you're working with someone, maybe have a few people to speak to first, and then let your intuition guide you. as to who you feel more drawn to in that sense. But just take it, it's just saying to me, just take a bit more time to do that bit more research rather than jumping in impulsively. But again, you know, you're going to do what you're going to do. So that's that card, just want to get in there. And it's showing a lot of nature, being out in nature, barefoot. I know in the UK or around the world, it's probably not the nicest weather to get barefoot out on the grass, I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't do it. I have been, and it's been like standing on ice. And then the last card we have here is avoid allergens. So it may be a time to look at allergens. You know, sometimes allergens don't always have to be in your face, or they might not always be in your face that you know them, you know, as soon as you have something that might be an allergen. And in today's day and age, allergens can be anything whatsoever. So it may, if you're working on your health or want to work on your health, it may be worth looking into allergens and getting checked or tested for allergens. This, you know, this can help, as anything that's an allergen is going to cause an immune response. And so yeah, that's going to then, yeah, trigger an immune response, puts the body under stress, and yeah, by knowing what the allergens are, you know that you can avoid them in your diet. And so that's food-wise. There are places you can get tested. I think you can get tested for pollens and chemicals and all that kind of stuff. So it may, you know, it may be worth, if you're going to, if you want to, and if you've got the resources to look there, if that's something that you're doing that you're interested in. I saw a nutritionist who uses bioresonance. I really love it. It's quite a non-invasive way of testing. There's a lot of research out there on it, so by all means, do some research. I'll just read the message. Dear Archangel Raphael, please assist me in identifying and avoiding allergens that may be toxic to my health and happiness. Help me to only crave helpful foods and beverages. Okay. Okay, so we have environmentalism. These are life purpose cards. Obviously, I don't take them quite literal. If the card says you're this, you know, I'm not going to take that literal, but just take the message that's coming through. So within this, I'm getting happiness in nature, dancing. She looks like she's dancing barefoot. It's the simple pleasures, the simple joys, you know. Coming back to those basics, those little things, letting go, maybe say some of the material things that we do or use, and just being out in nature, free, barefoot on the grass. So the message here reads, you're an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture and teach about nature and animals. That might actually resonate with some of you. And I'll just show you the card. Okay, so we've got support. So the message reads, your life purpose fully supports you. So with this, I'm getting just, it's okay to acknowledge support, or acknowledge that you may require support or want support, and it's okay to ask and reach out for support. And I know for some people it can be very challenging to reach out, ask, accept and receive support. So maybe this is an area of your life you want to work on, but you know, taking small steps in that direction can massively help. So maybe if it's resonating with you, think about what areas in your life that you might want some support or feel like you need support, and then how can you reach out? What support? What does it look like? Who can you call in for support? And that can be anyone. It can even be just calling in your guides and angels if you wanted to. But I would say with this one, maybe just being more open to support. Animals. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. Okay. Now that may be true for some of you. Some of you may feel connected naturally to animals. Some of you may even notice animals like to come close to you. This could also be in reference to spirit animals. And actually it's interesting because I like the way she's hugging the cheetah. And there's a lot of videos going around with a lot of people are actually doing a lot of work with these big cats, the lions and tigers. And I just think it's beautiful that we're at a place where there's that natural understanding that, and then the human being can be with and playful. I think that's nice to see where we're at collectively, I guess, and the evolution there, and how we're moving forward. And I actually do feel animals are more than just animals. They serve a purpose, and not just for eating. I starting to feel that we're gonna collectively start to maybe relearn what animals are, what their purpose is, and how we can work with them more in a more of a partnership rather than prey and hunted and caged, but just seeing the beauty in animals and what they are, and how we can work together to create a better environment, better ecosystem, and essentially a better tomorrow. So I have for that one. Oh, I didn't show you the card, did I? I'll show you again anyway. There's a beautiful waterfall in the background there. Okay. When a blockage gets hit, it's a good thing. It's time to open up internally and release the blocked energy. So that's a really beautiful message. It's a subtle, I don't say subtle, but it's a nice reminder to go inwards and be with any sensations or any feelings. Sometimes by just acknowledging and naming things can be enough to create a shift. When a blockage gets hit, now that can just mean energetically. When we, for instance, if we feel pain in our body, that can be considered as a block energetically. It means something's going on in that area that requires your attention. What that then means or requires, that's something you have to figure out. But this can also mean blockage in terms of like creativity, love life, finances, career. So yeah, when the blockage gets hit, it's a good thing. It's time to open up internally and release the blocked energy. So just take that journey inwards, be with the energy that you're feeling in the moment, and just really being present, maybe asking some questions and allowing that energy to be released. Okay, radiant goddess, acceptance. You are an amazing goddess ready to fully understand how significant you are. Tap into your power by owning your beauty and potential by not making any apologies for it. So this card here speaks of taking back your power. You know, fully accept you and who you are, where you're at. And then not apologizing for it. Obviously, we don't want to be horrible or mean. You know, you want to keep, in terms of karma, let's not do that. Let's stand your ground, speak up. Boundaries. Yeah. That's what I'm getting with that card. And then last but not least, we have these two chakra cards. Harmony makes the song of life sweeter. And then we've got some crystals here. Green jasper, turquoise, and labradorite. I always struggle to say that one, so bear with me. I apologise for that. Labradorite. I'm just going to say it like that. So they're the 3 stones we have on that one. And I got these the other day actually. It's interesting. All things work best in conjunction. All things work best in conjunction with all things. So we've got a list of 4 on the left and a list of 4 on the right. So I'm going to read them like as in they like link in like that. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be or meant to be, but that's what I'm going to do. So clear quartz and Christine, clear quartz and citrine, amethyst, carnelian, lapis lazuli and smoky quartz. Okay, and then we've got a jade here. Citrine, solar plexus, carnelian, sacral, smoky quartz, maybe just an amplifier as well as the clear quartz, amethyst, third eye, lapis lazuli, and I guess jade. Well, lapis lazuli for throat and jade, potentially heart and throat. So yeah, that's what I have for you today, and that was longer than what I actually anticipated it was going to be. I'm going to do maybe less cards next time. So thank you very much for being here. Remember, only take what resonates, leave the rest. This isn't, I'm telling you what to do and you go ahead and do it. You've got to make the choices you've got to make. You're fully responsible for any choices that you make outside of this video. I hope you enjoyed and thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.